and ye shall hold the English. The Lord shall fight for you. Be silent or be quiet. Be quiet. Problem from time to time. We find or circumstances that understand. And that the Lord shall. And we someone fighting for you. Your help. And matters, the Lord doesn't need looking at our situation. This is about the children of activity. All. And Moses goes to Pharaoh. My people go. Long and this and that, that and another, and eventually catches and understands the words of the Lord. Let him go. That didn't happen until the Lord took the life of his son. Broke him down. He looks up, take him. He didn't realize what he was really doing. From scripture studying, over 600,000 men. Not even talking about the women and children. You're talking about the stock market. That was Pharaoh's livelihood. See, because they were slaves, they were making brick and selling brick, and as well as making brick and building buildings and homes, as well as taking care of the crop, planting it, taking it in and harvesting it, the whole 9 yards, because what? It was free labor.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, he no longer have that free labor. As word study in scripture, you find out that he didn't come to his senses until after what? 3 days. The children of Israel was gone for 3 days. And he finally realized, what in the world have I done? Scripture said he gathered up all his army, chariots and horsemen, and sent them out to retrieve the children of Israel. Go capture them and bring them back. Meanwhile, Moses was leading the children of Israel across the desert. And when Pharaoh's army caught up with them, they was behind them, and the Red Sea was in front of them. But I left a little bit out. I need to paint the picture and paint it well if I want to paint the picture. Prior to Pharaoh's army catching up with them. So that means that the children of Israel was free for 3 whole days in the desert. Lord, you know the thing about the desert, ain't nothing to eat in the desert. There's no water, even in the desert. Paint the picture that the Lord provided for them for 3 whole days.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Not only that, it gets cold at night in the desert. And it gets mighty hot in the daytime in the desert. And the Lord protected them from the sun, protected them from the cold, protected them from the hunger, protected them, provided them water to drink in the desert. All these different miracles that the Lord performed, but they easily forget. Because of they being fearful of their circumstances and situation, as well as of others, as well as themselves. Put a tag on this text. Fresh start. As well as fighting to trust God. Sometimes you have to fight to trust the Lord. And you say, fight? Wait a minute, Pastor, you ain't got to fight to trust God. Yes, sometimes you have to fight through yourself to trust the Lord. Then sometimes you even have to fight through others to trust the Lord. Because they'll tell you, you mean you doing this for the Lord? That don't make no sense. And then you got to fight to yourself. Wait a minute, Lord, you telling me to do this? That don't make no sense. So you have to fight through yourself as sometimes as well as fight through others to trust the Lord. Fight through your situation and circumstances, because sometimes the Lord will tell you to do something that just don't add up. Right about that. Just don't make no sense. See, we need to learn to trust Him. In spite of our situation and circumstances that we find ourselves in, as well as in spite of how we think about things, in spite of how others think about things, we need to learn how to what? Trust Him. Lead me to my first point. Fear destroys your memory. Fear of trusting the Lord can destroy your memory. What you mean your memory? It will completely make you forget what the Lord has done for you. Because if you think about where the Lord has brought you, think about what the Lord has done for you, fear won't take over. See, but we're so quick to forget about what the Lord has done. Just like the children of Israel, if they would reflect back, realizing all my life I've been a slave, but the Lord freed me. Something to think about. All my life I've been a slave, but all of a sudden now I'm free. But the fear of going to what I don't know, the fear of going to what I don't understand, the fear of the unknown. I knew what was expected of me being a slave. I knew I had to do this and had to do that, had to make brick. And I knew a certain time of the day they were shutting it off. Maybe it been dark when I can't work no more. But I knew I was going to wherever I laid my head and rest. And I knew I had food to eat because they provided me food, because they knew I needed food to be strong to what? Work tomorrow. And they wanted me to work. But see, we have a tendency of being fearful of the unknown, and they free now, and the Lord has freed them. They traveled for 3 days, and the Lord has provided for them, has protected them. You probably say, well, preacher, what did He provide? He provided for one, shade and the sunshine in the desert, because the scriptures say a cloud covered them that the sun wouldn't burn. And then at night, a pillar of fire was over them to keep them warm at night. Not only that, the Lord blessed them with manna, with bread in the daytime. When they wanted something to drink, the Lord gave them water from a what? From a rock. But when you are fearful, worrying about what you don't know instead of focusing on what you do know, it will make you forget what the Lord has done for you. It'll make you forget where the Lord has brought you from. So fear will destroy your memory if you're not careful. Not only fear will destroy your memory, fear will distract you from the moment. Fear would distract you from what God's trying to teach you right now. Fear will distract you from the moment. What are you saying, Pastor? God is taking you to take you through to teach you something. And you're so busy and consumed with fear, you will miss the moment. You'll miss what God's trying to teach you. You probably say, Pastor, how do you know that? Have you ever experienced something? It's like, wait a minute, I done been through this before. It's because you have and you did not learn what God wanted you to learn. You might have learned something, but you didn't learn it all. There's a certain amount of stuff that the Lord wants you to learn, and you didn't learn it all, so that's the reason why you have to take it all over again. That's why you're going through it all over again. Because it's necessary for the next level the Lord is taking you. That's the reason why you're repeating what you're repeating. Whatever it may be. Wait a minute, I've been here before. I'm going through this again. Yes, because you didn't learn what God wanted you to learn. You didn't learn it all. And you need to know what He wants you to know to go to the next level. But you're so consumed with fear, you miss the moment. You miss something. Perfect example, you'll never understand mathematics if you don't understand adding and subtraction. You'll never understand division if you don't understand mathematics. Multiplication, you got to know multiplication to understand division. You got one builds on another. You don't know how to add and subtract, you're wasting time going to multiplication. If you don't know multiplication, you're wasting time going to division. And don't never think about calculus. It's all over with then. It's all over with. But the whole point of the matter is we understand that one builds on another. If you don't know your vowels, you'll never know how to read.
You're right. You're right.
You don't know your alphabet, you'll never know your vowels.
You're right.
If you don't never crawl, you'll never walk.
You're right.
Baby got to learn how to crawl first.
Oh, yeah.
Then once the baby crawls, the baby got to learn how to what? Fall. Because if she don't fall, she'll never get up. She never falls, she'll never get up. Have to experience things to take you to the next level. And a lot of times fear will destroy our memory, as well as fear will distract us from the moment of learning. The children of Israel were so fearful of the unknown, they forgot that the Lord freed them. Children of Israel was so fearful of the unknown, forgot the Lord has what? Fed. Children of the unknown forgot that the Lord has what? Protected them from the cold weather at night, the desert, as well as the blazing sun in the daytime. They were so fearful of the unknown. They missed the moment of learning and understanding what God wanted them to learn and what God wanted them to see, as well as what God was doing. God was trying to take them from captivity to freedom, to be able to worship Him in freedom. But they're so fearful of the unknown. Lastly, fear would dim your vision. Fear will dim your vision. What you mean dim your vision? Fear would dim what God would have you to see. Look at Pharaoh. fast approaching. What you see today, you will what? See no more. God moves off of faith. Moses was the only one that had faith among them all. He prayed to the Lord said, Moses, stretch out your rod across the Red Sea. And the Red Sea opened up, pillars of water on each side. Not only that, the Lord created a strong wind to come through to make these pillars of walls to stand up as well as dry the wet ground.
That's the word. That's the word.
Then the children of Israel acted upon their faith. Paul said, wait a minute, Pastor, what you mean act upon faith? Now put yourself in their shoes. You ain't never seen no water just hold up a wall by themselves.
Amen.
And then you all of a sudden you walk through and take a little faith. And take a little faith. So they acted upon their faith. And the Lord blessed them accordingly.
Amen.
Because of their faith. Of faith,
Yep.
forward action, intentionally trusting, because of them trusting the Lord. They act what? Intentionally. Why? Because they trusted Him. So the Lord rewarded them for they what? Trusted Him. And what's so unique, children of Israel, they moved forward. And the scripture says that Pharaoh's army came forward as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But so unique, the Lord made it start raining on them that they couldn't see. So hard that they couldn't see. Not only that, think about it. When you start raining, the mud,
Yeah.
the chariots and horses couldn't walk in.
Yeah.
So they ended up getting stuck between the pillars of walls
Yes, sir.
of water
Yes, sir.
and couldn't move forward. Nor could they what? Move backwards. The children of Israel made it all the way across. And the Lord let the Red Sea what? Close up. That's the reason why Moses told them, said, who you see now, you will what? See no more.
See no more.
He'll what? Fight your battle. We need to understand that the Lord is still fighting.
Yes, He is. Yes,
Don't
He
think
is.
He done stopped. But the problem is we won't get out of His way.
Get out the way.
Not only that, we don't trust Him to handle our fight. You see what I'm saying? We got to have some faith that the Lord will what? Fight our battle. Then we have to move forward, have forward actions, intentionally trusting Him. What is your battle today? What is it God needing to fight for you? Is it your checkbook? Is it your job status? Is it your family? Is it your home? What is it? Is it health reasons? Is it a car problem? Whatever your fight is, all I'm saying today, let the Lord give you a fresh start. So the fresh start being, let Him